What's going on, everybody? It's your boy KC Fowler, one half of the Foul Leggers podcast, host of the Melanin Warriorz podcast. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I know y'all haven't seen this face right here in a while, but we back, baby, with the ancient gods of Egypt with the netter Khonsu. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome back to the Melanin Warriorz podcast presents the ancient gods of Egypt, or their proper title, the Neteru. We are discussing the netter Khonsu, also known as the hidden one or the moon netter. Khonsu is said to be the son of Amun and the netter Mut. Khonsu was depicted as a young man with a side lock of hair, and his head he wore a uraeus or a rearing cobra and a lunar disc. He is also associated with baboons. He's not the only one associated with baboons, but since we're talking about Khonsu, we're going to keep it rolling. One of the real big things about Khonsu is that he can influence the fertility in people and livestock. And just a side note, I haven't finished the show yet, but I've been told that Khonsu is also depicted in the show Moon Knight, assisting the main character. So in mythology, it was also said that he was a god of healing, and he even healed Ptolemy IV. He even shared his power with the common people. And with him sharing his power with the common people, which at this time, that was something that was hardly ever done by the netter, really focusing on the common people, the big triad, or the Ennead, the Ennead, the Ennead, the top nine. They weren't focused on, royalty, but being that he helped the common people as well, a lot of them started naming their kids and everything like that after him. It is said that Khonsu had a dark side too. Around the early part of Egyptian history, he was considered a violent and dangerous netter. He appeared in a cannibal hymn as a bloodthirsty netter who helped deceased king catch and eat other netters, or gods, if you guys are confused on what netter is. That's the proper term for the deities of Egypt. They're the Neteru. But moving on. He appeared in the coffin text. He is described as Khonsu, who lives on hearts. But in the New Kingdom, he was worshipped as a gentle son of Amun and Mut. So the story that revolves around Khonsu, probably one of the biggest stories about him, is during the rule of Ramses III. Ramses was visiting the Nahern country, which is known as Western Syria today. The chiefs of the area all came out and paid him tribute. Everyone presented gifts to the pharaoh, jewels, gold, things like that. But the prince of Becton, he presented his oldest daughter, and the pharaoh took her as his wife. So let's fast forward. 15 years later, the prince visited Ramses and his daughter. He gave him gifts and told the pharaoh the queen's younger sister was really sick. So immediately, being that that was his sister-in-law, you know what I'm saying, he jumped into action. He sent his top doctors, and unfortunately, they were unable to cure the younger sister's illness. So Ramses then prayed to Khonsu to cure her. Khonsu responded by filling a statue of him with power, and then he went over to the temple in Becton. Once there, he realized that the sickness was due to an evil spirit, and after that spirit confronted Khonsu, and he saw how powerful he was, and he pretty much left the girl's body. The spirit begged and pleaded for forgiveness and offered a great feast, and he would leave the mortals alone for good. And that's exactly what he did. He kept his promise, and the youngest sister was cured. So unfortunately, Khonsu is one of the netter, the deities, the gods, however you want to call it, that there's not too much about. Man, this story right here was like the biggest story revolving around this amazing netter, this ancient Egyptian god, this deity. One of the main ones, you know what I'm saying? The biggest thing about him also is, he's depicted on the moon. They call him the hidden one because he's considered the dark half of the moon. Sekhmet is the front half of the moon, and we covered Sekhmet on the last episode, man. So, like I said, Happy New Year. The Melanin Warriorz podcast is back. The merch should be dropping shortly after the Super Bowl, man. So y'all look out for the website. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. And like always, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. I say And like always, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. It's your boy, Ashe. Let's go.